Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to be making a video here about a 5-unit trailer park that I'm looking at in a smaller town here in Utah. This is going to be a really exciting deal. I'm really excited for what this deal can pull. This is going to be roughly a 1% rule deal, which means that basically the rents on the property will match 1% of the purchase price. So for instance, in this property, we're looking at a purchase price of about $275, and we're also going to be looking at rents of right now are about $2,600, but I think we're going to be able to get those up to $3,000 or more. So we might even be over that 1% rule after doing a little stabilization here on the property. So this is going to be a video about the trip that I took out there. We're going to show you a little bit more about the trailers themselves, the property, and all of that. And this is going to be just kind of an impromptu explanation of the deal, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we found it, how we negotiated, and how we came to get this deal under contract and get things started. So with that said, let's jump in. Yeah, so this is driving up the canyon to go check out this deal. This is gonna be a good deal. I think that we're gonna be able to pull almost a 1% rule. If you follow that rule, we're gonna be looking at a purchase price under $300,000, and the current rents are right around there as well. We got to go check this out. So we've got it under contract. We're going to take it down with some hard money, and then we will be refinancing out of it with some long-term financing depending on what we can get. So we'll check in as we get closer to the property. Here's our subject property. A couple trailers there. So that's the front yard of unit number 1 right there. And you've got front yard of unit number 2 right there. All right guys, what's going on? So we're here at the trailer park, and we're gonna be taking a look around. We've got a couple trailers, this one here, that one back there, and this one around the corner. Can't quite see it with my truck in the way, but this one here that are, actually, sorry, it's this one back here, that are park owned, as you'd say, and the other 2 are tenant owned. So we're looking at some pretty good numbers on this property, but I'm a little bit concerned with the condition of them. I mean, each unit needs at least, probably 10 grand worth of work. So it's definitely gonna be a project. It's a good piece of property. There's 0.7 acres. They said, hey, you could maybe put some apartments here. I doubt that. Maybe they'd let us build some, duplexes or townhomes or something like that. But man, it's a good piece of property. It just needs some work, needs some love. So we'll see what we can do with it. All the units had heat. Looks like AC is working just fine. But yeah, for the numbers, we're looking at about a $290 purchase price. That's what we've got under contract at. We're gonna try and get that down at least another 20 grand. It's gonna need a lot of work, and I'm gonna have to run it remotely. So gonna need the help of a property manager, and it's gonna cost extra time and stress. I kind of call it the headache surcharge, right? This is gonna be a bigger headache than my other property, so definitely need to get it at a better deal. But overall, really like it. Nice property. It's in the newer part of town. There's a bunch of really nice stuff. Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, Jimmy John's, Burger King, a lot of new stuff just down the road, about a half mile, which is great. If you're buying property like this in a smaller town, you want to be on the side of town that is seeing the growth and going to expand. So with that said, guys, we're going to continue digging into this. Current rents right now are $2,600. Honestly, we're going to try and get that up to $28,000, $3,000, $3,200. I think we can do that pretty easily, but it's going to take a lot of work, and we need to look into the land and see how much that's worth. Let's continue on and show you a little bit more about the property. All right, guys, so as we step into trailer number 1 here, this is going to be a rough overview here of the condition of the trailer. So you can see there's some damage on the floor there. They've got just linoleum floor throughout, and man, you can see this place is kind of a mess. You'll see here in just a second that the bedrooms are occupied by just a bunch of stuff, or are basically just empty. They got sheets on the windows, and floors in rough shape, wood paneling on the walls. This individual, this couple here, they're actually sleeping in the living room, just like on the couch, which is interesting, but people do it. So Yeah, you can see there that there's a little bit of work needed for the laundry. Tub is in pretty rough shape. It's a good sized bathroom, actually. The tub just needs, I mean, a real deep clean. You can see that the whole thing just needs to be replaced, basically. But you know, there's the bathroom, and again, wood paneling, linoleum. These are kind of just how the trailers are made. They had to replace some subfloor there. Not sure why, but they're working on it. It sounds like the tenant's just doing the work on it to get it fixed up. And so that's unit number 1. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath. Currently renting for about $600. I think we're going to be able to get up to $800 potentially if we get it remodeled a little bit, fixed up. So we'll see what we can do. Now jumping into unit number 2 here. This is going to be very much the same scene, as you can tell. It's just kind of a mess. Like I just don't understand kind of what's going on. It was interesting because all 3 units looked like this. Were just kind of messy, like just stuff everywhere, but didn't make sense. So nevertheless, this is unit number 2. Again, this is gonna be a 3-bedroom unit, just kind of a random room here with a bunch of stuff. It looks like they just moved in, type of thing, or something. I don't know, or are in the process of moving out even. But yeah, a little bit of electrical work there that might need to be fixed. But you know, for the property, kind of interesting, needs trim. A lot of handyman type stuff for this property. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we originally were they had this property listed on the MLS. It was listed for $369,000, and I saw the property, immediately called the agent, said, hey, I want to submit an offer. I'm an agent, but I want you to represent me throughout this process, and I'd like to make an offer, you know. So I made an initial offer and said, hey, I'm going to need 3 months to get financing on this because the bank's going to, you know, take that long to look at it. Or we can structure a seller financing deal as well if the seller's open to it. And they said, yeah, you know, actually the seller would be open to it. What do you propose? So we originally put it in place where we were going to do a seller finance deal that would be $100,000 down, and then they would carry the rest of it at about, I think the price was about $340 at that time. So we were at $340, $100,000 down. He would carry back the $240 for about 5 years. Instead, I also had offered at the time, I said, hey, we can do the seller finance deal, or if you just want to cash out, I'll just give you a cash offer. So I made a cash offer at $290, and sure enough, the owner said, yeah, let's do it. I'll take it. So that was pretty awesome. This is unit number 3 here now. Man, this place reeked of cigarette smoke. Obviously, you can't smell that on the video here, but it was pretty bad. So, but just again, the same style here. You know, just a kind of a mess. Wood paneling, old floors. This is only a 2-bedroom unit, and again, the rents on this are $600, but I think we can get up to, you know, hopefully $800, you know, $700 maybe on this one for the 2-bedroom. But yeah, so made them a cash offer at $290. They took it, went out to do this inspection, and you know, came back around and said, you know, look, honestly, this property needs a lot of work. I mean, each of these places is going to need, you know, maybe 10 grand worth of work if I was going to do everything, maybe 15 even, to get these places just kind of fixed up, even just rental grade, you know, not brand new remodel or anything, but just kind of fixed up rental grade. So I renegotiated, said, hey, I'll go $250. They came back, said $275 for cash, and I said, okay, I'll do the $275, but I want you to carry back $100,000, and then I'm going to get private money for the other $100,000 on the deal. So that's how we've got it structured right now. I'm going to get private money on the first $175,000. The seller's going to carry back the other $100,000 for 6 months, and this basically gets me into the deal with no money. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cash out refi. I think I can get the property value up to about $400,000 and do a cash out refi or just a rate and term, and be able to leave no money in the deal as well. So the nice thing about this is I think this is going to be like a 1% rule deal where we can get the rents up to, you know, if everything goes as planned, we'll probably be just over $3,000 on rents, and our purchase price will be $275. So that's over the 1% rule, which is phenomenal. I haven't seen any deals like this in Utah in years. So this looks like a slam dunk to me. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And this just goes to prove that, look, guys, you can find deals on the MLS, but you've got to jump in. You've got to take action really quickly, have the agent represent you if you need to, and basically just keep negotiating, you know, get a conversation going and just keep chatting with them, and you never know what's possible. I mean, I'm gonna get this property for almost $100,000 less than they originally wanted, and I'm getting it at a steal of a deal. So this is one unit that is on the trailer. We've got the second trailer right here. And that one right there is owned by, all three of these are owned by the owner of the property. They've got these big yards actually, which are pretty nice. Big yard here, rents are $600. I mean, the places are fairly dumpy inside, to be honest. Nothing special. Man, could put a handyman out here and do a lot of work before you get anything done, but yeah, properties, I don't know, it's not terrible, about what I expected, but looks like there's a lot of growth going in. And I mean, they just got random stuff like this. Power box right by the door. Not sure what that's about. But fence, security camera on the wall there, shed. Shed's in pretty good shape, just needs to be painted on the outside. Those guys said they needed a new water heater. The sheds are owned by the owner and he is managing them. Or using them, I should say. There's nobody, the tenants don't use them, so. So there's property here, another nice yard. Property next door. Property needs a little bit of fence work. I mean, honestly, I think you just kind of leave it as it is and build it up over time, I guess. Not sure what else you can do, but got the property here. I presume that these two are probably pretty dumpy as well. That one's got quite a bit of land over there, big yard. This yard here. So they're all kind of makeshift. About what you'd expect. So yeah, that's the deal, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up here on the video, share it with a friend or family member who's looking at real estate as well, and drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this deal, this property. Would you do a deal like this? Would you do something differently? I want to know exactly what you would do for something like this, and I want to keep the conversation going. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.